every chance you have just to, make somebody that much better, change somebody's day just a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's beautifully said. So then I know that there's something more coming. So I'm going to take our break sooner now because I want to get to the next story because Pete's story is still not over. But he's still standing, but we got more to go through. But let's take our second break, Ed, really quick, and then we'll be back with Moments of Clarity. Please stay tuned.
We will return to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Warner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one. Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. I'd like to give a shout out to musician-songwriter Don Lawson, who wrote, produced, and performed all the vocals and instruments on my Moments of Clarity theme song. Don gained his inspiration as a mental health counselor himself. He's always looking for artists to record his songs, and you can hear more of Don's music at reverbnation.com/Don Lawson. You can also check him out on Twitter at Don Lawson Music. Thank you so much, Don, for your contribution to Moments of Clarity and ending the stigma on mental health. It's awesome.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Now back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor. To engage in the conversation, call 866-826-1340. Here's Tiffany.
Hi, welcome back. And if you're just tuning in, this is Moments of Clarity. I'm Tiffany Warner. I'm licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And we're talking about surviving and survivor guilt and learning to appreciate the little things. And my guest today has survived through a kidney transplant given by his sister-in-law, which is amazing. And then went in for a gastric sleeve for weight loss, and they found cancer in a mass, and it was stage 2, and had that removed, and is now still in recovery and shedding a positive light on so many, and through music and through Facebook Live and doing so many things to reach out and show his appreciation for life. And I really admire that. And welcome back to Moments of Clarity, Pete Offman. Thank you so much, Pete. And callers, you're welcome to call in and join us, 866-826-1340, 866-826-1340. If you can relate to any of this, or if you have a story you want to share, give Pete some feedback or questions or anything, 866-826-1340. And or post a comment live on Facebook at Tiffany Warner. So, Pete, let's continue with your journey. So you just recovered.
So this year has been very challenging. So about, where are we now? Mid-December. So I would say early November. I went to the hospital. They sent me out to the hospital and I went straight to stroke protocol, and my face got numb, my speech started slurring, and I was like, "Wow, now this." And I didn't know what to think at that point, and so the prognosis was Bell's palsy after all was said and done, which I was like, all right, it's not a stroke, but my face is paralyzed.
Bell's palsy is a condition that kind of paralyzes people's facial expressions and ability to smile at times or eat, or it kind of feels like disfiguring. Am I right?
Yes, very much so. And it was very nerve-wracking to see myself like that. And after I did some research, and my wife did research, and my very close friends of mine did research. Friends that I met on Facebook who were very, 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 very supportive, very informative. I'm grateful to them as well. They have no idea. And so knowing that it's 6 to 8 months and it could be permanent damage, 60, 40%, I'm like, wow, and I'm looking at myself, my one lip is fat, my other lip can't move, my eyes swollen, droopy, my ears hurt. It's like having a big Novocaine shot in one side of your face. And it was after
it's one of
everything
those things that's visual too. So with everything else you went through, it was life-altering and life-threatening, but you couldn't quite see it. Nobody could see that you were going through something. So this could have been much different of an impact, even though it's not life-threatening, because it's not life-threatening, right? But at the same time, it's visually impairing for a lot of people, where you can see that there's something wrong.
Yes. And to me, it was that messed with my mind and my psyche more than anything.
Yeah,
I think I cried over this more than I did over everything else.
Yeah.
Mama está en teléfono, okay? And I didn't know what to expect. And a lot of people saying you're going to be permanently damaged. A lot of people were saying I'm going to be permanently damaged. So here we are, December 13th, and I'm fully recovered.
Wow.
And it's when I tell you I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here for a reason.
Sounds like you are. It sounds like you're definitely here for a reason. And the Bell's palsy, a lot of people don't recover from that. You seem to have good genetics, though. You just keep recovering.
Well, I really don't have good genetics, and that's why I've gone through everything.
Maybe good luck or something where you're definitely a survivor in so many ways. But
I really surrounded myself with a lot of people who've been through it, and the support, the verbal support, the conversations, and the people I've met have really helped a lot. And a lot of people have gone through things I've gone through, but they just never spoke about it. It's been taboo, and I don't think anything's taboo to talk about. And I think when you shed light on it, it helps a lot of people. That's why I'm very vocal about it. I get criticized. They say, I say too much about myself. I don't, because I think every little bit of illness you shed light upon, whoever else is sick with it and thinks that they're damaged or not good enough for society, it's not true. You just have an issue that has to be dealt with, and you can be normal with anything you have. And that's why I have no problem talking about it.
And it goes the same for mental health as well, because there's a lot of physical things that it's not ashamed to talk about, but people are ashamed to talk about because, like you said, it's people are afraid to tell people that they're sick or whatever. But with mental health, it's a different kind of thing. It's invisible. You can't see it. For a lot of people, it could be life-threatening and life-altering to get a diagnosis or feel labeled of some sort. And it doesn't mean that there's nothing to be ashamed of. And that's why we're here to end the ignorance and end the stigma on mental health. Because even with physical ailments, with cancer, like what Pete's saying, and what you're saying, and like the diabetes, things like that, those things are invisible too. And you said that the Bell's palsy, my friend's saying that right, was the worst one, because for some people that's a visible thing, but we don't treat our symptoms that we can't see as much.
It really, the mental health, the mental stimulus, well, I say damage more than anything that I was trying to help stop myself from going through, being verbal and vocal about everything I went through kind of helped a lot.
Mm-hmm. By
because
helping
people
others.
People you don't know reach out, and helping others really alleviates your stress, and it alleviates the worry because you're not alone. And not being alone, I think having a healthy mental state cures more than medicine. That's just my personal opinion. Medicine is it's a godsend,
mm-hmm.
but I think if you don't have the mental capacity and mental state, no matter how much medicine they put in you, you're never going to fully recover.
Yeah, you give into it.
I know I do have
angels.
I do have somebody looking over me. Your mental state is going to help more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I hooked up with through music, this singer. Her name is Trish, and she happened to have gone through cancer. And she stepped up, and now she's a big advocate for it. And I'm seeing she's actually watching right now, Trish. And we spoke about it, and even with the Bell's palsy, she was there. Her and my friend Danny. A lot of these people stepped up that didn't have to. They really didn't have to, and they don't know how much like their words help. My wife, the way she's supportive. She's like, "You're going to be fine." Meanwhile, everybody else is telling me I'm not. And having a healthy mental state of mind is really it's important to get better. And even if you don't physically get better, your mental health will take you farther than your handicap will.
Then what if you don't give in? So Trish is your advocate. Then Trish, call in 866-826-1340 and join us. 866-826-1340. It's nice to hear positive people, especially when you've gone through something so serious that you can really share what it's like for other people. A lot of people don't really quite understand,
No, there's a slew of illnesses out there. Like, I speak a lot with Danny, and she has her own little thing that she's going through, and she's very positive about it. And she became an advocate for what she has gone through, and that's up to her to speak about or not.
Well, we got Trish on the line. Like I think we have Trish. Perfect. Hi, Trish. Thanks for calling in. Welcome to Moments of Clarity.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing great.
So you and Pete go way back?
Yeah, Pete's a really great guy and a very good friend, and I'm always here to, we help each other. We lean on each other.
You want to talk a little bit about your journey?
Sure. I'm in remission 18 years. I had third-stage cervical cancer. At the time, my oldest son, was very young. And he was my inspiration to beat this and go through it, because if it wasn't for him, I never really think that I would have survived everything. But I also knew that at the point of where I am, I'm not going to mention the hospital, but they told me that I had 30% chance of survival with chemotherapy and radiation. So at that point, I decided that I was going to do Eastern and Western medicine together, and I started traveling the world, and I got most of my treatments out of the country, overseas. So I ended up studying in Machu Picchu Mountains with a shaman out there for a couple of months, and learning about natural medicine and what kind of cures they had, and picking plants, and going through different various types of they call it ceremonial ceremonial procedures, as it so will. But so I had done that, and then I had gone to Ecuador to receive stem cells. I've gone over to all over. I can't even begin to tell you all the countries I've gone to. And I tried to gain whatever modalities that they had to treat it. So I pretty much took a little bit of everything. Yeah. And then with that, I had done, Qigong, Tai Chi, meditation. I have gone to every single spiritual, religious place, from the Catholic Church to a mosque in Turkey to the Buddhist temple in Manhattan in upstate New York, because I figured, let me go to every single religion. All blessings are good. Whatever I can gain can't hurt. And slowly, I went back to school, and I got my ND degree during that time, because if I was going to go through this, I wanted to know exactly what I was taking into my body and exactly what was going on. And through this journey, I had wrote to my son as if it was my last day. So every day I would write about what was going on in my life. Every day I would give a life lesson to my son in my journal. This way, if I didn't survive, he knew about what happened and how it went and what he should do on his first date and get married, all the little things that mommies want their kids to know as they're growing.
Yeah.
And one day I went back to my oncologist, and he was just blown away. He couldn't believe what was going on. He says, I don't know what you're doing or how you're doing it. I really don't want to know, but whatever you're doing, just keep doing it, because off the record, your numbers are flying off the charts that you're getting better.
Wow.
So I continued